Hello, everyone. I'm Jay Messina, Director of Marketing at Protera, and welcome to day 2 of what would have been Sapphire Now 2020. I'm joined today by Protera founder and Chief Technology Officer, Patrick Osterhaus, and Protera Chief Product Officer, Alan Manuel. While we miss seeing you all in Orlando this week, we figured the next best thing would be to bring our live in-booth demos and what you would have heard from us on stage with our customers to you virtually. And we're offering these 20 to 30 minute sessions today as well as tomorrow. If you missed ours yesterday, you can catch the on-demand when we post it early next week. So while your travel plans may have changed this week, your cloud and SAP transformation plans probably haven't. Especially over the past few months, we have seen firsthand the power of company running critical systems on the cloud, and those who have had access to advanced analytics, transactional data, and real-time insights. However, you may not have the hundreds of hours of time and resources to build a business case over the next few months for running your SAP on cloud or moving to SAP HANA. Today, Patrick and Alan are going to show you how to simplify your planning and your decision to move to HANA with our intelligent, automated approach to see, feel, and understand the cost, the sizing, timeline, and project plan for your desired future state of your SAP. Alan, over to you.
Thanks, Jamie, and thanks to everyone in the audience. For those returning from the previous session, hope to show you some new and exciting capabilities as we move from a current system, a customer's current system, over to SAP HANA on the cloud. And for those of you who are just joining us for the first time today, thank you again. Let's get started talking a little bit about Protera. Protera has been in the business about 20 years, helping customers transform their current SAP to the cloud and also run those SAP applications in the best way possible through a service that we call Protera AppCare. We've done over 500 migrations and currently have over 1,500 systems under management. We're a globally certified partner of SAP in about a half dozen capabilities, and we're also a partner of Microsoft and Amazon. Now today, what we're going to show you is our capabilities through our intelligent transformation and management platform called Protera FlexBridge. This is our in-house developed SaaS application that helps you save up to 50% in your transformations and in your application management of SAP on the cloud. So let's first talk about why companies undergo SAP transformation. Yesterday, we talked about the as-is transformation. This is where a company takes their existing SAP and wants to move to the cloud in as simple a manner as possible. For example, a company might be going through a business change. One of our longtime customers went through this sort of situation and needed to move very, very quickly to the cloud. And we showed you yesterday in just about 10 minutes how you could put together your transformation plan for that type, which we call as-is. Today, we're going to give you the same experience, but we're going to do it for a transformation to SAP HANA. As you know, HANA is enjoying very widespread adoption. Thousands of companies are using this database technology. One of the challenges is consolidating those disparate data sources and really looking for a way to simplify the management of SAP HANA once you move to the cloud. So we're going to show you what it's going to take to move an existing system to SAP HANA on the cloud. And as Jamie mentioned in our final episode, which will be coming after this one, we'll do a similar transformation, but we'll show you how to go from your current system to S4 HANA. So if you're interested in S4 HANA, make sure to come back for that third session, which we'll be posting tomorrow. But for today, we're going to take you from an existing system over to SAP HANA on the cloud and see what that looks like. If you tuned in yesterday, you sort of know the process here. We're going to go through a live transformation plan using our Protera FlexBridge intelligent management platform. First, we're going to ask ourselves, can I move to HANA? What are my risks? What will my cloud footprint look like? So we're going to show you what that looks like and show you a few differences between what we do today to HANA versus what we did yesterday, which was the as-is transformation. Second, we'll look at what will the impact to my business operations be. We'll look at the timeline and see really just how quickly you could move from your existing system to SAP HANA. And then finally, we'll look at what the future can be. What kind of improvements could you expect if you are now running your SAP HANA system on the cloud? You're looking for that simplification, and we'll show you how you can have an improved user experience day-to-day running SAP HANA on the cloud. We're going to take this example as our for today. We're going to take a two landscape systems, SAP ERP and SAP BW. We'll start out as a non-HANA system, a 10 terabyte database environment supporting 1,000 users. What we're going to do is show you that transformation plan to move to Business Suite on HANA, BW on HANA, and a DR environment. And with that, we'll go over to Patrick, who's going to show us how we get that information into Protera FlexBridge, what some of the analyses are going to be, and really how long what's going to take to perform that transformation. So I'm going to stop sharing here, and I will turn it over to Patrick.
All right.
And there you go.
All right. Hopefully you can see the screen pop in there. All right. So thank you, Alan, for the introduction. As Alan mentioned, we're going to do a quick analysis of a customer environment and what is required to analyze their environment to go to HANA.
Fantastic. So Patrick, the first question that we said is, can I move to HANA? So can you show us, first of all, have you loaded in the customer's information? This was an ERP and BW system, a non-HANA environment. Can you show us if that information is in Protera FlexBridge?
Yeah, so here we're seeing an analysis overview of what the customer has selected for what they're running. We're going to do a simple scenario today with SAP ERP and SAP BW. Respectively, we're going to take ERP to Business Suite on HANA and BW to Business Warehouse on HANA. Whereas in fact, the tool could also support many other solutions here going to HANA. We're just going to show those two here today just to simplify it.
And I noticed also you have DR selected there. That's on our target. So it looks like you've selected that as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So the first question is, can we simply go to HANA from this configuration? Is that something that is an accepted transformation path?
Absolutely. So yesterday, if you were in attendance, you saw us take ERP system, move it as is to cloud. What we're selecting today is the Business Suite on HANA for selection for ERP. And likewise for BW, we're going to select the target of Business Warehouse on HANA as the target. Now, if you see tomorrow's session, we're going to actually show you how we can take the same origin system and take it to BW for HANA. So we can select, so today we can select for HANA as simply as this.
Fantastic. And there was some additional information that needed to be loaded in regarding the size of their environment. This was a 10 terabyte database environment supporting 1,000 users. Yesterday we did that for the as is. Can you show us what that would look like for the HANA transformation that we're planning?
Absolutely. So there's many ways that we can analyze the data. A customer can manually enter it into the tool. They can provide us through an Excel upload, or they can run our ABAP agents and upload this data information automatically. So the summary we're looking at here is the source environments. Again, ERP landscape BW. It's going to provide OS, information on the hardware sizing, as well as going to provide us vital information on versioning and sizing of the system. So there's a lot of metrics here. We're going to take all that data and use that to size the HANA systems accordingly.
Fantastic. Now, yesterday we looked at some technical analyses for that as-is transformation. Today we're going to HANA. Are we going to have the same analysis, or is it going to be different now that we're actually looking at going to a HANA transformation?
So good question. So today we're going to analyze it a little different. There's a different analysis and requirements for going to HANA for SAP. And so we have different rules that we check against. So as you can see, we have an issue with the version the customer's running for the SAP basis version. What this means is the customer is going to have to patch and upgrade their SAP version before they go to HANA to make it compatible with the target. And so that's a quick remediation that can be performed for each of these systems. So each system, we show the analysis and what is going to be the next steps to remediate.
Now, yesterday we showed a version of the target architecture. So the system, based upon some rules or algorithms, and based upon some user selection, determined what would be the target system architecture for the customer's landscape once they're on cloud. Is that going to be, since we have a very similar source system, is it going to be the same? Or because we're going to HANA, is it going to change? And could you show us a little bit about what that's going to look like?
So per the scope that we just set a few minutes ago, where we're going to now go to a HANA environment, different than as is. Yesterday, we showed a transformation type of as is. Now that this is HANA as a target, it's going to show for the ERP system going to a business suite on HANA, BSOH. And for BW, it's going to show going to Business Warehouse on HANA. Why this is important is for the AWS cloud, it's actually going to size those systems for the respective instance. So you can see the instance size shown here, as well as the, very important for HANA, the size of the system in RAM and the corresponding number of processors that's going to run for each system.
Fantastic. Now, yesterday, after showing us the target architecture, you also showed us the methodology, which, as I recall, was the sequence in which we're going to be doing that transformation from source to target. What's changed now that we've gone to, we're selecting HANA as our transformation?
So the transformation to HANA requires a different tool set that we actually use for the performing of the conversion and the migration of the data from ERP and BW into a HANA platform. You can see here the transformation method is SUM/DMO. This is the tool set that SAP provides. It's the certified tool set that's required to do the HANA transformation. So our tool automatically recognizes this as the recommended approach, and in fact is the tool that's called automatically to do that autonomous transformation into the AWS cloud.
So you take advantage of SAP's certified tools, but use automations to make sure that the process is followed consistently and in an efficient way.
Absolutely. Reduce the risk and reduce.
Okay. Before we actually go to the project plan, I was going to ask you about the diagram. Yesterday, you showed us a diagram of the target architecture. Now we're moving to HANA. Today, we're looking at Amazon Web Services as the target in this example. Do we still get that architecture diagram, and does it still show the correct information that depicts my target system?
Absolutely. So this is a diagram respectively built for the AWS cloud. You can see we're designing this to the customer's wishes of what regions to use. So we're separating the disaster recovery system into a different region, as well as if they have requirements for HA, they can put that into its own availability zone. So if it's protected within that region.
So you have the right specifications and characteristics for determining the architecture on AWS, which is what you're showing here. Fantastic. Yep. How long is it going to take, Patrick? Yesterday, you showed us a project plan. I think we went quickly through it. Why don't you show us today this transformation to the cloud, to a HANA architecture? How long will that take?
So in this case, and this is our standard template for designing this landscape for both BW and ERP, moving to AWS and doing the transformation together to HANA, it would take less than 47 days. It's 46 days here listed, which is roughly about 7 weeks, less than 7 weeks in total to do this full transformation. A lot of change that we can add a lot of value to the customer and to their users within less than 7 weeks.
And I assume this is taking account the analytics capabilities and the automations of Protera FlexBridge. If I were to do this by hand, for example, I'm assuming it would take much longer than 46 days.
Absolutely, yeah. We estimate through our tooling and from our comparisons, it halves the project time, 50% savings in time and duration of the project.
Okay. Yesterday, we have the roles and responsibilities here, but yesterday you then showed us the overall price, what it would cost to move to the cloud. Today, you're showing us Amazon Web Services as an example. Do we have that same capability to predict what my cloud costs are going to be, to take into account the additional items such as the backups, everything that's needed to run my system effectively? Is that all packaged up here and easy to understand for an Amazon deployment?
Yep, so it's going to use those rules to size them properly for a HANA environment. It's going to have the respective AWS instances that are sized and certified by SAP to run HANA. And it's going to do that for the on-demand pricing is shown by default. We can also do the 1 year and 3 year reserved pricing. And so you get a monthly, very prescriptive, close, accurate price going to production of what it's going to take to run the infrastructure on a monthly basis.
Fantastic. And of course, this is available for any of the major hyperscale clouds.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, Patrick, this is sort of where the assessment ended yesterday, but today we are going to HANA. And I know that involves some additional complexity, some additional considerations. So if I am a customer and I'm moving to HANA, what additional analytics do I need? And what additional analytics can you give me? Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. So in moving to HANA, and also sneak preview for some of the things we're going to show tomorrow going to S/4HANA, we're going to provide advanced analytics for both those targets and recommendations on how you can improve the target environment further. And those include 3 areas we'll show here today for HANA. One is, I'll show the first one, this is Fiori Apps. What we're going to do is analyze the usage of your system By default, we look at it for over a 3-month period, and we're going to make a recommendation of what Fiori applications you should enable when you go to Business Suite on HANA or BW on HANA. So what we take a look at is we look at the usage of the system over time, and we're going to make a recommendation. If the transactions utilized heavily, we recommend that Fiori application is enabled. And we enable into the Fiori apps library, which SAP keeps current, what that Fiori app looks like, so you can train your users using this very prescriptive information that SAP provides. So we provide the links for all that and the guidance on how that's built out.
Okay.
And then also, I'll show here very quickly, going back on the other two, we're going to provide a recommendation for beyond day one. So day one in the AWS cloud, when you're running these HANA systems, you see what the target system is going to be sized at. You can see a 2 terabyte system here. And then we make additional recommendations with additional house cleaning that can be performed to actually get this HANA system down under 1.5 terabytes. So you could actually run it, in fact, for a larger AWS instance for production use. So we provide.
Okay, so we get what the initial target architecture is going to be, all priced out with all the specifications. But in addition to that, by moving to HANA and taking advantage of this analytics capability here, we then begin to understand how I could optimize my architecture once I'm up and running on the cloud. That's fantastic. What else?
And the last one, 3 of 3, is around the custom code remediation. So very important when you're going to a new database, which HANA is providing, we want to make sure that that code is optimized. It may function, but it may not function optimally. And so we want to take a look or review at how we can analyze that custom code and review it for recommendations of fixes and improvements. So I'll show here one of the common fixes that we will run into going to HANA, adjustments in the data dictionary. So we provide links in the remediation recommendations from SAP of what should be adjusted.
Great. Excellent. So in addition to what we saw yesterday, creating your assessment, if I'm going to do a transformation to SAP HANA, I get these additional analytics that helps me further improve how my system will be designed and operated on the cloud.
Absolutely. So in here, when you go to HANA, it's very important that you understand you're changing out the underlying database. There is many reasons that customers go to it is there's advanced operational benefits. A lot of the jobs are going to run a lot faster. Month-end close goes from possibly days down to hours. And so we want to provide a very good benchmarking of the before and after and make sure, going back to the custom code remediation, all those changes are being done properly. So we provide this analytics day one, once we start seeing the systems and we start transforming them, that we have tracking on the performance, not only from the infrastructure viewpoint, but also within SAP. So we're going to provide.
And for those in the audience that did not see day one, and I do recommend going back on the replay if you have the opportunity, what you're showing here is really the runtime dashboard. So once a customer is up and running on the cloud and they want to take advantage of some of the capabilities of cloud, with increased transparency, the increased resiliency, increased agility, all those great capabilities, this interface really helps them see how their SAP is running and gives them opportunities for improvement. And I see that it's consistent regardless of whether the application is a traditional SAP application or a HANA-based application. It's really a single, simplified pane for a customer to, pane of glass for the customer to see into their SAP landscapes.
Absolutely, including even non-SAP environments.
Including even non-SAP, fantastic. All right, I'm watching the clock here. Patrick, anything else, or are you saving something for us for tomorrow for the S4HANA?
Make it trifecta.
Okay, all right, so I know we have some great features coming tomorrow. So if you are watching today and you are interested in the S4HANA, please come and join our session tomorrow where we do a live transformation to SAP S4HANA. Patrick, I'm going to take the screen back now.
Should be back to you. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you. Okay, thank you in the audience for listening. I know we're closing in on our time here. Wanted to again present a unique offer for those of you who've tuned in either live or on the replay. Obviously, what we showed you today was a complete transformation plan, but for a very simple example of moving from a 2-landscape environment over onto SAP HANA. Your situation is likely going to be much more complex. We'd like to offer you the opportunity to have your own SAP transformation assessment. We'll go through this process here so you can understand what your options are and determine your readiness for SAP HANA transformation. It requires only basic information about your SAP landscape, and the results are available in just a few days. We go through the tool, through Protera FlexBridge, do the automated analysis, and then our experts then look at that output, sit down with you, and help you make some decisions on how to plan. You'll get the target architecture, you'll get the diagram, you'll get a view of what some of the risks and gaps are, and some considerations for the project plan and some predictions of your overall timing. If you're interested, please put your info in the chat or drop us an email at info@protera.com. And if you want further information on how this process would work for S/4HANA, please tune in for our next session, which will be focusing on the transformation to SAP S/4HANA. And with that, I'll open it up for questions. I'm not sure if some came in on chat. If there's any questions, we're ready to answer.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time today. And audience, thank you for joining. In the chat box is a link to Thursday's session, which will dive into the full SAP transformation to S/4HANA on AWS or Azure. And we'll answer your questions about cost, project planning, requirements. For more information on your journey to becoming an intelligent enterprise, visit Protera.com and have a great rest of the day. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for joining.
Bye-bye.